Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Good
I can't hear you.
evening,
Hang on a
everyone.
sec.
How are you all doing? It appears to me I've got a different background. What's going on? Oh, appears to be a
there
snowflake
we
in
go.
the background.
There we go. So
Oh,
I had you muted on my headset. I couldn't hear you.
he muted me. Oh, how
Oh,
dare
sorry.
he?
No, everybody could hear you. I just couldn't. Me couldn't hear you. Oof.
Right. Hello, everyone. Welcome
Hi
to the
all.
Snowflake Show, Season 2, Episode 14. Oh, we
Mm-hmm.
are trucking along. I am your co-host, Regan Elite, alongside.
I'm Lee Corn, the other
You are
one.
Lee Corn, the other one. There's a second Lee Corn that we don't know about.
No, just the other
No.
snowflake.
Oh, okay. Well, over the next hour, guys, we're going to give you the latest news and views and share some funny and good news as well. Lee, how you been? It's been another quiet week, has it been?
It's been quiet. I've had full of a cold. Easter's just been a write-off, but there you go. So my throat's a bit gravelly. But how was your Easter?
Yeah, I had a very good Easter. I've
eggs?
still got an egg here, guys. So if you guys fancy some chocolate, I've still got some here. So yeah, I've still got plenty to go through. And the box has just decided to fall on the floor as I'm saying that to you lot.
You broke your egg.
Yeah, they broke the egg. So who have we got in the chat today, Lee?
So we got some guy called Regan Elite. He's always here, but never pops up anywhere. Good evening, all.
He keeps plugging his channel as well, by the way.
Yes, so I've heard. Yeah, I need to get a mod and kick him off or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Hugh says, "Good evening, both. Good evening, Hugh."
Good evening, Hugh.
Ginger's Josh says, "Hey all, hi Gingers."
Hey,
number
Gingers.
3 says, "Hi babes." Is that for me? That for us or Gingers? I'm not sure.
I think it's for both of us. He's trying to pick up both of us. To be fair, number 3.
Juventus just says snowflakes.
Hello,
hi,
Duke. Good to see you.
Kelly says, "Hello everyone. First time here. I was told about you guys from Welsh Hugh." Ah, thanks.
Nice
Hi, Kelly.
Kelly. Welcome. I hope you enjoyed the show today.
Yeah, I hope so. And Zona says, "Hey ho, away we go." Lefty voters. Yeah, evening folks. Hi Lefty. Hi Zona. Yeah. Welcome, Kelly.
Yep. Let's there. So obviously 2 weeks ago we had the crash, and then last week we had a little bit of technicalities, but I think we got through it in the end, which was pretty solid. And this week I've got a green screen up that thanks to Lee's just helped me work out. So cross fingers, I don't disappear, fade to the background, or anything happens for it. God forbid. Yeah, I think
you look a lot smoother. Your movement is smoother. You're not quite sort of like juddery like you used to be. So that looks good.
Yeah, so that's good.
Right.
And we also got something else going along on the screen as well, haven't we, Lee?
Yeah, you probably not noticed it at the very bottom, a little ticker with news. So that's like just kind of, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. You see whether people like it. If they like it, great, we'll keep it. If everybody hates it, then we'll kick it off. Even though.
By the way, guys, we can change the colours and fonts on that. So if Lee liked his Sky News colours, I wasn't so sure about it. But if you guys have some recommendations, maybe to tweak it a bit, yeah, you can leave them in the comments after the show, which also would be greatly appreciated, or on the Discord server as well. But that all being said, Lee, shall we go straight into the news?
Yeah.
Where did I put my notes? That would be helpful.
Oh yeah, right. Should go to that then. Oh, it's not there. Where's it gone? That's not good. That's a good start. We're trying to do some nice. Oh my god, it's going all the way wrong.
He's played all the buttons.
Just press any button. Right. Let's see if we can do this right now. Let's see if this goes this time. Let's see what. Let me just
He's fiddling about. We're fiddling about with some new toys. He is.
There we go. Right. Okay. Here we go.
Okay. So first note from so we're just going to run through some of the notes, guys, before we go to the main news. So here's some of the stories that have been going on over the past week. Obviously, wouldn't be surprised if I miss one or two because there's always something going on. So if one was from The Guardian, the House of Lords needs more experts, says the Speaker, as the 4 PM lined up allies. So he was speaking exclusively and talking about how basically the Speaker of the House of Lords was worried about the impartiality being taken away from the House of Lords is under threat thanks to Boris Johnson and Liz Truss with their honours list. Is that right? If I've got that right?
Padding the House of Lords with Tory.
Yeah.
Well, sycophants and Donors, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And next one, Douglas Ross has decided to turn Labour for some reason.
Oh yes, I saw this. Yeah.
Row erupts as the Scottish Tory leader suggests people should vote Labour to oust the SNP.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. This one as well. So the Labour Party. So I think we talked about the first ad in the last week's show. So there's been more ads been popping up from the Labour Party. They really are stepping up the antics. So they released a second ad attacking Rishi Sunak hours after he was accused of gutter politics for targeting the Prime Minister personally. James O'Brien is actually in favour of these ads on the LBC as well. What were your thoughts on?
I thought
Because we're getting more and more ads of these now.
Yeah, I'm not too keen. I don't think. I don't really see the attacks. I think like you say, it's like gutter politics. It's going for the lowest denomination. I'd rather kept it to the facts, like Tories have done this for 13 years or whatever. I thought that one about the one about Rishi Sunak with the sex offenders thing was a bit, because when you looked at the facts, there were certain things that didn't. He wasn't even in Parliament at one point when they were claiming about it. So I think it was a bit. I wasn't too keen on it. I'll be honest with you, but we'll see how that goes with them. Whether they get any better. Next one. What were your thoughts on that? I didn't say what.
I mean, I'm kind of torn. At one point, I'm thinking yes, of course, we don't want them to hit gutter politics, but at the same time, they can't be goody two shoes either, because at the end of the day, they're gonna hit them with low blows, and they've already got a lot of the media on their side anyway. Conservatives. So I mean, it's a catch-22 for Labour. Either they go low or they don't, and I just feel like. Part of me is feeling, because I was listening to James O'Brien on this, and part of me is feeling like he's got a point, because if they don't get dirty with them, they're not going to be able to win. They need to take every vote that they could possibly get, because we have to remember there's voter ID in this now as well. It's a lot of people going to turn up to the polls and they're going to be turned away, and they're not going to come back just to go and get their ID, because people are like that. So it's going to be a lot harder to get votes, and they need to take every. I mean, I don't like them doing the dirty tactics, but I think at this point we are desperately in need of a new government and a new party for sure. Even if it means dirty tactics, I think at this point.
Yeah, I mean, number 3 says we should not stoop to their level, which is how I feel. But
no, I don't think we should either. But I think at this point, it's the country is desperate for change. We desperately need it. Anyways, Britain not close to being a racially just society finds a 2-year research project. More than a third of people from ethnic and religious minorities have experienced racially motivated assault. Data shows. This was where was this article from? I think it was from The Guardian quite a while. I think it was on the weekend, I believe. That one they did. There was a poll conducted on it. It's been conducted for a year and a half or so that found this analysis. That one. I don't know if you wanted to add any more to that.
No, I hadn't seen it. I haven't seen anything. I mean, I can understand 2/3 of people from ethnic. Well, I won't say I don't think it's justified that people shouldn't be face abuse, but assault, racially motivated assault, 2/3 that's horrendous.
Yeah, it is.
That's
This one was exclusive from Open Democracy. They had water firms threatening to hike bills if made to clean up sewages in river.
Just nationalise it. I just hope Labour gets in and nationalise it, because it would save us so much money as well.
Yeah.
We can, and then they can stop all this nonsense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, this is from the Telegraph. Don't panic, people. We're only just putting up the headline. Don't panic. So Rishi Sunak plans an autumn 2024 general election in the hope of a shock victory. So obviously they're not going to call an early 2024 general election, but they're hoping, based on, I didn't read the article, but I did read it from the national paper, from the National, the Scottish National, because they covered some of the bits from the Telegraph on it. They were hoping that, depending on how things, they didn't want to do it too late, but they didn't want to do it too early. So there is a game plan behind this, according to the Telegraph. But
I mean, I think they're probably just trying to. There's one is they're probably trying to string it along, stay in power as long as possible, with the hope that they can turn around the polling from where it is now, so give them as much time as possible. But all it takes is a few bad, more and more bad news, and the way things are going, the economy and everything, and services. I honestly can't see them turning around, but you never know. You never know with the Tories.
January 2025, I think it's the latest they can call a general election.
Yeah, I don't think
that's the latest.
Well, they might do it in January. You'd never know. But anyway.
UK economy forecast to shrink by 0.3% this year, said the IMF. The IMF also said they also declared that the UK was one of the worst economies out of the G7. They declared a few days ago. That was on one of my YouTube shorts as well, just to add insult to injury on our economy. This one from The Independent. This is a sketchy one. So Tory MP announces that he won't be standing in Boris Johnson's old Oxfordshire seat. The 4 PM spokesman denies any plans to switch safer seats as John Howard departs. So there's a rumour going around that Boris Johnson is going to swap back to his old seat in order to stay as an MP. That's what the story is basically about. So it could happen, it might not happen. Nothing's been confirmed, but there was that. I did cover that story in a short as well. That one. This quite a big story. City of London police open inquiry into alleged sexual misconduct at the Confederation of British Industry.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn disgusting. If you want to see a little bit more snippets on that, you can check out my shorts on my channel on that, or just go to The Guardian. This one came down today, from Byline Times. Housing Secretary Michael Gove is facing pressure to abandon popular plans to reform England and Wales fuel leasehold system.
Where's the pressure coming from? The popular plans? Why is it coming from inside the party?
I haven't fully read the article. Oh, sugar! I've just closed the wrong programs. I haven't fully read the article, but I'm not sure where the pressure is coming from. On that one. Oh crap! Okay. I've just closed some.
Maybe we can look into that. If anybody knows in the chat, if anybody's seen it, I just wondered whether if it's a popular plan, where's the pressure coming from? Maybe it's from from landlords or whatever.
Yeah, and we'll talk a bit about this one anyway, a bit more. But Tory politician claims all white men should have black says in a racial outburst. We do have an article on that that we will cover momentarily, guys, as well. My apologies, I've just closed some of my programs, so I just need to bring them back up again.
I'll go back. I'll have a quick look at the chat. So lots of people saying hello to each other. We should not stoop to their level. Yes. Hugh says Biden was great today. Who was this Tory naked MP in a London brothel that lost his clothes? That's an interesting one. I'd like to hear that one. Letty Bot says we shouldn't go down to their level, but I think we actually have to. Kelly says desperate for change. Yes, is Labour the solution though? Well, I mean, we're in a first past the post parliamentary system. I don't think we've got much choice, have we? Chatty Rats here. Good evening, folks. Hi, Chatty. Someone says Tories are past masters at gutter politics, mud wrestling with Rishi. Yeah. That's number 3 says that's their goal. Evil. He's delusional. I think that would mean Keir Starmer. Good evening, all. Oh, sorry, I skipped a few there. I've missed a few people. Aki's Mad's here. Hi, Aki's.
Hi, Aki's Mad.
Evening,
Chatty Rat, good to see you.
Yeah.
Daily Blase there as well. Good evening, Daily Blase.
I'll hope everyone is well. Just Ginger says he's going to do the election when in the US. When we in the US are doing ours, so people will be distracted by Donny's antics. Oh, right. So, okay. Let's be honest, I like Fegal Sharky. He's got a good heart. That's hard to find these days. True love, the lasting kind. You're right. You have to be a certain age to know to get that one. Kelly says, wasn't Boris going to move across the pond? Well, I think he's talking of giving up on politics, isn't he? And just he can probably make a lot more money on the circuit.
He's already milked the country, hasn't he, for a lot of money, and he's still making lots of it. So.
No, we don't want him, says Gingers. Tories jumping out of seats quicker than on the deck of the Titanic. pressure will be coming from ground rent landlords, says Chatty Rat. Right, yeah, that makes sense. And
David's here. Hello, David.
Revolution.
And
David is here. Hi, David.
Good,
Show's here. Yeah.
good to see you guys as well.
Yep. Okay, should we move on then?
Yes, go right into the main story, guys, for today. Obviously.
Oh, my camera's frozen. Brilliant. Just what we need.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Oh no, you look like a default, so it's all right.
Oh damn! Hang on a sec. We just sort this out.
Yeah,
a second.
while you just set that, I'll just give you guys the headline. Obviously, Rishi Sunak says the UK-US relationship is in great shape after White House denied that Biden is anti-British. The Prime Minister says he's had a very good discussion with the US President during his visit to Northern Ireland to mark the 25th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement, amid further questions over the lack of engagement between the leaders. Mr. Biden arrived in the region late last night for his trip to the island of Ireland to mark the 25 years and was greeted by the Prime Minister on the tarmac at Belfast International. But the President, who often refers to his Irish roots, faced a swathe of criticism from senior figures in the Democratic Unionist Party, the DUP, everyone's favourite party,
never,
who claimed he was anti-British and hates the UK. Okay. I'd like to know where they have that basis on, but okay. The White House was forced to deny the accusations, calling them simply untrue and insisting Mr. Biden was a strong supporter of relations between the countries. Commentators have also questioned the lack of time Mr. Sunak and his US counterpart, who were spending together on the 4-day trip, with only the greeting on Tuesday night and a 45-minute coffee at the Belfast Grand Hotel on Wednesday, dubbed bilateral by one US newspaper in the diary. However, the PM pointed to the fact that it was the president's fourth visit to the UK since taking office, and the pair already had 2 further meetings set for May and June. Speaking to reporters after the meeting, Mr. Sunak said Biden and I have had very good discussions today about a range of issues like economic investment in Northern Ireland, but also a range of foreign policy issues like the importance of economic security, and that comes back to a meeting that I had with him last month in the US. We are very close partners and allies. We cooperate and talk on a range of things, whether it's like supporting Ukraine or, as I said, economic security. I think actually the relationship is in great shape and the president and I have lots of work together. You could clearly see that in that lovely picture there, just how great the relationship is, because trust me, Biden does not look very happy with that
no,
picture.
He doesn't look as happy as Rishi Sunak. Well, Rishi Sunak doesn't look exactly over the moon, does he?
Yeah. Mr. Biden comes amid ongoing paralysis in the Northern Ireland Assembly at Stormont, with the DUP refusing to rejoin the power sharing agreement over the UK government's post-Brexit arrangements on trade. Mr. Sunak struck a new deal with the EU back in February, known as the Windsor Framework, in an attempt to solve ongoing issues in the region under the Northern Ireland Protocol. But despite getting overall approval of the Commons, the DUP voted against it, saying Northern Ireland would be subject to some EU laws threatening its place in the UK internal market. President Biden met the leaders of the region's 5 main political parties, including the DUP leader, Sir Geoffrey Donaldson, after his talks with Mr. Sunak before delivering an address at the Ulster University this afternoon to commemorate the Good Friday Agreement. The deal that largely ends 30 years of bloodshed between Republicans and Loyalists. I mean, it's obviously a big occasion, obviously, there. I think it's good for. I think it's just good for everyone that Biden is there, but it's also at the same time it's still the fact that the DUP are still sitting on their high horse, still refusing to budge from it, and just making everything worse. And I don't really know what to do to solve this issue, because the DUP don't really. They can't get what they want, and they know they can't get what they want, but they're happy to continue to cause problems, because there was only a few days ago that there was some I think some loyalists set a police vehicle on fire. So there is trouble going to brew as the longer this keeps going, because Northern Ireland is not in a good place while Stormont is Stormont is in this place, Lee.
Yeah, and I don't think. Well, I mean, the whole Brexit thing is a mess, isn't it? I think Rishi Sunak thought he'd sorted it with the Windsor Agreement, but that's just gone. That just hasn't worked. At the end of the day, I don't think the DUP have any intention of going back into Stormont as junior partners. You could say, as second in command. So I think that's basically the crux of the issue. And they're just using all this Brexit and Windsor Agreement and all the rest of it as an excuse. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it's good that Biden is there, but at the same time, it's like it's nice that he's there, but is it really going to make a difference? Really, it's not really going to change anything. I mean, like you can't. I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't say anything to the DUP because at the end of the day, they're holding the cards right now, and it's annoying because they're refusing to budge on this issue. It's like they have to wait for what they got to do. Got to wait for another election before they could kind of push the DUP even more. But still, you still need to have joint agreement. So it's kind of like they're just stuck in a stalemate, and there's no solution in sight at the moment. And this is all because of Brexit. All of this in the first place.
Yeah. Biden, the sexy Yeti, says David Gerardo. And lots of people speaking lots of different languages in the chat. So, number 3 says this special relationship exists on this side of the pond only. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, there's articles been saying that the new special relationship between Ireland and the United States. So, wonder why that is. Why we've.
I thought it's more for France rather than the relationship, actually. But
France has always had apart from when George W. Bush was in charge, but France has always had a really good relationship with America, with the United States. So, but yeah, well, shall we move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's move away. I don't think there's any more to add to that, but the next one's a bit more interesting.
Oh, damn, why has that gone like that?
It's our favourite PM, guys.
PM, MP.
Oh, PM, MP. Sorry. Yeah. Well, he wants to be a PM. That's for sure.
No, definitely not. We couldn't have him as PM. Imagine the state.
Yeah, it's Matt Hancock, guys. Everyone's favourite MP. He just can't get out of the headlines. Matt Hancock among 3 MPs placed under investigation by the Standards Watchdog. Separate investigations also launched by the Stan Commission into Scott Burton and Henry Smith. Oh, I wonder why. The former Self-Health Secretary is being looked into over allegations that he broke the MP's code of conduct by lobbying the Commissioner in a manner calculated or intended to influence his consideration on whether a separate breach had been committed. So this is separate to This is a separate one to
the led by Donkey's Sting.
Yes, I believe so.
Well, they want £1,000 an hour. Was it £1,500 an hour, something like that? Yeah.
Probably. On whether a separate breach could be committed, it is a new offence that was added to the latest version of the code endorsed by MPs in 2022. Meanwhile, the Blackpool South MP Scott Burton is being investigated over his use of parliamentary email. It comes a week. So he's got his emails. This is a week after Burton was caught offering to lobby ministers and obtain early access to a sensitive government report up to £400,000 a month.
£4,000 a month.
£4,000 a month, thank you. And Henry Smith, a backbench for Tory MPs for 13 years, is also being investigated for an alleged breach of the rules on using taxpayer-funded stationery. Surprise, surprise, the spokesman for Hancock denied any wrongdoing and claimed he was surprised by the move and said he was far from lobbying from the Commissioner. Matt wrote to Greenberg in good faith, offering some additional evidence that he thought that not only perjured him, but helpful for inquiry that Parliamentary Commission for Standards is currently conducting. This is clearly a misunderstanding, and Matt looks forward to fully engaging with the Commission to clear this up. The letter sent by Hancock contained evidence that he was said to have been uniquely placed to give. There were only 2 other existing investigations by the Standards Commissioner, one of which was to whether the former Health Minister, Steve Burley, broke lobbying rules. That was triggered when texts from Bride to Hancock and other cabinet ministers were released as part of the leaked cashier messages sent and received by the then Health Secretary during the COVID pandemic. And these dots, the Labour Party chair, said that the consistent drip of Conservative sleaze has become Jesus, if you can't laugh, you're just going to get mad with you guys. She claimed that Rishi Sunak promised to lead a government of professionalism, integrity and accountability at all levels, been swamped by the scandal after scandal, and added the British people will rightly look at the Conservatives and wonder why is there always one rule for them and another rule for everyone else.
Yeah. I think the veil has dropped, hasn't it? I think from conservative voters' eyes, the ones who aren't like dyed in the wool Tories. I think they kind of maybe people are starting to realise what a shower these lot are. Yeah. All Shorts is here. Hi, Marcus.
Hello, All
Kendra's
Shorts.
here as well.
Good to see you. Good
Kendra.
to see you, mate.
So Larry the Cat's here as well. Hi.
Oh, thank God, Larry the Cat's here to look after us. Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, this is just. Yeah, there's like I say, the veil. I think the veil's dropped. I think a lot of people who were, they were kind of put up with a lot of stuff over the, they forgave a lot of stuff at the time. During the pandemic, and he's doing the best he can and stuff like that, and they obviously a lot of them voted for Boris Johnson because of Brexit. I've frozen again. That's good, isn't it?
Oh, did you cut out there? Your voice cut it out there.
Did it? Can you still hear me?
It did for me. I don't know if chat. Yeah, I can hear you now, but it cut out for me. I don't know about the chat.
I think yeah. I'm just going to try and sort my picture out, but
yeah, you've gone frozen again.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, but you look happy though. Why are you trying to fix that? I'll just point out this out while Lee just double checks his bit. There was a bit. Oh, it was a bit in the where it also said in the Guardian that he also committed a technical breach of the ministerial code over the handling of the same matter, according to the then Prime Minister's ethnic advisor. But again, faced no penalty. So he's claiming it was a technical breach, not an actual breach.
A technical breach, is that?
You know what they say? A limited, specific way, Jack. It's a limited, specific way. So what they're trying to say. So it's not technically breaking the law, but it technically is. Walking that line, isn't it?
Fine line,
that's what
yeah.
it is. Yeah. So
I've got my camera working, but I'm kind of. There we go.
Just see what's in the chat while you sort yourself out. Kelly says Hancock is beyond slimy. I am never rude, but looking at him, he was always made me cringe. Sorry for being so blunt. It is out of character for me. I don't blame you for feeling that way, Kelly. He is. Oh,
it's frozen again completely.
There's a lot of words to describe Matt Hancock, to be fair. Giles says Matt is the type of person that does not need to open his mouth to empty a room. Evening, Ben Shaw. Good to see you as well. Duke Vengeance has in big and small capitals. Yeah, but Labour would be worse. Yeah, that's what they would say. They would say that, wouldn't they?
Oh, my camera's gone again. I'm gonna have to switch camera, so this is a bit. It's okay. We'll deal with it. All
right. Do you want to jump to the
next article?
Next art. Can you jump to the next article then while you get your camera on?
Right. This is the one we've got a little video as well. So.
You wanted to? Can you pull up the art? The other is that? Do you have the Mirror article as well, or do you want me to just read from that?
Tell you what. Let me get the Mirror one.
Yeah, get the Mirror one while you sort your camera out.
Okay.
Sorry,
technical.
Sorry, guys. Those damn technical issues. This is what happens when you have better production than GV News, guys. So just remember that. Not supposed to happen. So. We got the white screen.
Oh, hang on.
Wait.
This is the one.
Oh, you pulled up the note.
Yeah, I'm just checking something. I'm just waiting for it to load up. That's all.
Okay. You've still got
stuff tends to pop up on the screen. Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
So I just don't want that to happen. Yep. I don't know why it's gone over the top of that one. That's a bit odd.
Yeah, that's right. So, okay, there we go. So this is from the Mirror, guys. So you may have heard this may have heard this online, but Tory politician claims all white men should have black slaves in racist outbursts. Andrew Edwards commented, can be heard in a 16-second clip, which we will listen to momentarily, that was sent to Ring Young, the monitoring officer at Pembrokeshire County Council, as referred to himself as public service ombudsman. A Tory politician has been investigated after allegedly saying all white men should have black men as slaves. He also accused of saying black people were of lower class than whites and has refused to deny the claims as of right now. The allegations emerged after an audio recording appeared online and was identified as Mr. Edwards' voice. The Pembrokeshire County Councillor, who also sat as a magistrate until he resigned in July last year, said he referred to himself an ombudsman and left the party. The Conservatives confirmed that it was investigating the allegations and that self-employed hairdresser Mr. Edwards has not yet been suspended. On the recording, the speaker says, "Nothing wrong with the skin colour at all. I think all white men should have a black man as a slave or a black woman as a slave. There's nothing wrong with skin colour. It's just they're lower class than us white people." It is unclear whether the 16-second clip was recorded. UK National Black Civil Rights Group, the BEO, has hit out at the alleged statement made by the councillor. The group recently sent legal papers to the Home Secretary on the 5th anniversary of the horrendous failings, which saw thousands of British citizens deported and denied access to healthcare coming to light. The Chief Executive, Dr. Wanga, said that this is truly shocking to hear from anyone in this day and age, let alone an elected representative and county councillor. We have to ask if this is the first time he has expressed such racist views. Actions clearly need to be taken. Mr. Edwards, who represented Haverfordshire Penguis Ward, said, "I'm aware of such serious allegations being made against me. This is why I have self-referred to the Public Service Ombudsman for an independent evaluation. It is now in the hands of legal experts and them. It would be unfair to process on the comments." Do we want to play the clip before we give our views on it?
Yeah, let's play the clip.
So this is apparently the clip, guys.
Nothing wrong with the skin colour at all. I think all white men should have a black man as a slave or a black woman as a slave. It's nothing wrong with skin colour. It's just they're a lower class than us white people.
I wonder who he's saying that.
Nothing wrong.
Sorry, who he's saying that to? That's disgusting. That.
Do you know what the shocking thing is? If that is him, and this is found to be truly, there's kids in the background of that clip.
Yes, yeah. That's why I'm wondering where he was, what he was doing when he said it. Because there's kids in the background. I mean, he can kind of tell he's kind of hushing his voice a bit, I think. But because I obviously don't want to make it really say out loud. One of those things that racists very rarely say out loud.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, it's a very. We have to stress this is an allegation because obviously, like, it could be his voice. It may not be his voice. It's we know. I mean, obviously, yes. Already, it's bad enough for Conservatives at the moment. But at the same time, it is a 60-second clip. There's no video evidence. So we have to be cautious about jumping to the fact that this is 100% him. It is allegations. We have to stress that. But if it is found to be true, I just hope he has the kitchen sink pretty much thrown at him, Lee. I don't know what more to add to it, really, apart from that, if it is these allegations found to be true.
Jenny's here, random Scottish history. Hi, Jenny. Hope you do.
Hi, Jenny.
Well. Is he saying there's nothing wrong with the skin colour in that it gives him a defined section of humanity he can make use of? God knows what's going through that guy's mind. Kelly says, "Oh my word, he is serious, shocking." Yeah. Number 3, it says something. And then Pedulous says, and then they wonder why Tories are being called scum. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wally's biggest fan is here. Good Lord, he says. Casper Norman's here. Hi, everyone. Hi, Casper.
Hi, Casper.
Yeah. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. There's no other way of putting it. And I hope, we try and book it in.
But again, we have to keep stressing this is allegations, and it was the Mirror that kind of broke the story first as well. Obviously, I'll keep our eye out. If there's any more developments, I'll try and if I hear any more developments or whatsoever, I'll try and get a video uploaded on my channel.
Yeah, I'm really struggling with my
shorts
camera
video,
today.
any more updates to it whatsoever. While we keep an eye on that, guys. I will plug the channel at the end of the show where it is if you guys want to check that out later. But yeah, well, I don't think we need to add any more apart from its absolutely disgusting comments and it's no place in our society. Don't think we need to say any more than that, do we?
Sorry, just move. Do you want to move on to this one next?
Yeah, because I was just about to say your camera was frozen
Yeah,
again.
I know. That's what I moved on. I don't know what I'm going to do with that camera. It's not working.
So, yeah, so we didn't cover much of Ukraine last week. We did cover the map, but there's some extra snippets here to this story. So we're not going to talk to. I'll talk a bit about the article, and then I'll talk. Oh, am I talking? Am I echoing in the background there?
Yeah,
Okay,
you're breaking up a little bit.
Okay. So this from the Kiev Post, guys. They're very good with their news when it comes to the war in Ukraine. So this is the allegedly Pentagon documents revealed pessimistic U.S. assessment of the war in Ukraine. So the recently published documents, which are purposely leaked, highly classified documents from the Pentagon, provide a gloomy U.S. perspective on the state of the ongoing war in Ukraine, as reported by CNN. The documents dated from February to March highlight supposed weaknesses in Ukraine's weaponry and air defenses, while predicting potential challenges which will result in stalemates in the conflict in the foreseeable future. The leaks, which surfaced on social media last week, apparently provide U.S. assessment of perceived military shortfalls on Ukraine's part, as well as counter-prepares for a spring counter-offensive against Russia. One revelation raising concerns that the Ukraine medium-range air defense designed to protect frontline troops, according to the leaked documents, could be significantly reduced by May 23rd, potentially giving Russia aerial superiority and limiting Ukraine's ability to protect the gathering ground forces for a counter-offensive. The document also acknowledges issues with the Russian military offensive, suggesting that the conflict could result in a stalemate between the two sides. According to another of the documents, Russia's campaign of attrition in the Donbass region is also heading towards a stalemate, which would hinder Moscow's goal of capturing the entire region in 2023. Neither Ukrainians nor US officials have confirmed the authenticity of the supposed leaked documents, and we will await further revelations. So there are some other snippets to these leaked classified documents, which I'll give you guys. But if you want to see it, I've covered quite a few of these on my channel because I've been keeping up on this. So some of the other stories, I'm just going to pull it up on my phone just to kind of remind myself. So one of them that was from one related to, so there was a claim that Serbia had sent weapons to Ukraine, even though that they had refused to sanction Russia. So when the EU obviously were applying sanctions to Russia, Serbia wasn't part of that, but it's alleged that Serbia sent weapons to them. Serbia has officially denied that they have sent any weapons. Other leaks as well is that South Korea were torn on whether to send weapons to Ukraine as well. That was another one as part of the story of the leaked documents. Also, as well as part of the alleged, these are all alleged, by the way, in these documents, because they just want to stress that they are alleged, obviously, some of these, because we don't know if these are 100% accurate or whatnot, these documents. But the Pentagon has been allegedly spying on Zelensky, fearing that they might strike Russian territory. So there is a fear that America thinks that potentially that Ukraine may strike Russian territory in retaliation, obviously, for this war. I don't think I don't see the benefit of Ukraine doing that, but obviously that's not confirmed or denied either I haven't heard Zelensky confirm or deny that as far as I'm aware on that. Just add a bit more on that story. The Markio Poddirect, advisor to the head of the office of the president of Ukraine, dismissed the veracity of the documents in the Telegram channel on Friday, saying that the leaked documents are just another case of Russia dismantling futurist information and have nothing to do with Ukraine's real counteroffensive plans. Ali, are you there?
I'm here. Yeah.
What do you make of this?
Going on here.
Yeah, you are there. I can see and hear you. What do you make of these leaked Pentagon documents?
Yeah, I think there's what the president, the head of office of president of Ukraine, was saying. These could be if they are leaked, well, they're obviously leaked, but it's whether they've been adapted or tweaked by the Russians or someone else to make the situation look different in Ukraine, make things to look worse for Ukraine, and make things look more embarrassing for the US and Ukraine's allies, and make things look better for Russia in terms of the figures that are in there. Because people have pointed out some of the figures don't match what the US has been saying about Russian casualties and things like that, I think. So, yeah, well, it's not good, is it? Because it makes out that if some of these leaks are true, then it shows that they've been doing stuff behind Ukraine's back, and some countries who were trying to kind of keep out of it or appear to keep out of it are obviously involved in it if these are true. So embarrassing from that point of view. The other risk is he puts people's lives when stuff like this gets out. It puts people's lives at risk. People who are actually, agents in some of these countries or in Ukraine or Russia. Sometimes it can expose these people to put them at risk. So yeah, it's not great. But what do you do?
No.
Once it's out there, it's difficult to get. It's like Pandora's box. Once it's out, it's open. It's open.
Yeah, I could correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, guys, but I haven't heard the Pentagon say that this is absolutely nothing to do with us either.
No.
Because they would have flat out said that, and they haven't flat out said it, because it would have splashed somewhere on the news, somewhere in America, and I would have seen it somewhere saying Pentagon denies that this is a leaked document or something, and they haven't said that. So the fact that they haven't said that is not helpful either. But it shouldn't surprise anyone that they've been spying on Zelensky in Ukraine, because they spy on everyone in America, really, to be fair.
Yeah. There are spies in Britain, guaranteed.
Of course they've got spies in Britain.
Yeah.
Considering the government in charge, I wouldn't blame them. So, but I think we can. We'll just go into the chat before we can move away from some of the nasty politics and war-torn things. What's Ben Shaw says, he's only saddening what most of them think is the saddest bit. Can we all move to the fascists to Kent pull a wall up? No. No. No.
Essex then. I don't know.
Kelly says, please do update us, Curtis. That was the first I've heard of it. As I said, I normally have some shorts, which I'll plug the channel as well when things come up as well every now and then. Oh, hi, Tom. Good to see you there as well. Bonjour to you. Hello, Nico, as well. It's good to see you there as well. Hope you all guys are doing well.
Hi, Nico.
The Marga Lager Discord server.
Mar-a-Lago Discord server. Sounds like a 30p Lee Headbanger wannabe. Have you already read that one? Sorry.
I have not read that one.
He is the original Lee Anderson prototype, more like, says Hugh. Ben Shaw says Barnsley.
Barnsley? What about Barnsley? where
you shove wall in Barnsley and then wall it off? I don't know. For those Kelly says, for those in the US, is it true that some of your troops aren't being paid right now because so much defence money is being sent to Ukraine? I think there's an issue with. I think Gingers was telling me about this, but the refusing to limit.
Gingers just said, haven't heard of that, and I doubt it's true. I'm sure that would have popped up on some. I mean, because I do look at some news outlets as well. I haven't seen it pop up on any American news outlets. But I will have a look. I'll have a look in the after chat after the show, just out of curiosity, to see if there's anything related to that. But I haven't seen anything on that either. But
that
was. Stu is here.
Hi, Stu.
Ready to stir things up as always.
Yeah, I think. Ginger, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're saying that the Republicans refusing to lift the debt limit, so which might cause problems like that. But I'm not sure if that's linked to that or not. Okay, my camera's working at the moment, which is probably Probably
a
just
good
cursed
thing.
it by saying that, but for some reason I got some sort of shadowing things happening behind me.
Yeah.
But,
Did you? I don't know if you had time to add the.
oh yeah.
Did you have time to add the exploding head one? Did you have time to add
No,
that?
I can do that though. Let's just give me a
Yeah,
second.
I think yeah, because I was a bit late. Yeah, putting that one in.
Let me just.
Before
Oh no,
give
that wasn't.
give Lee a second, guys. If you guys got anything more to add on the chat as well, at least I'm just going to scroll up just to see if there's anything more for you guys to add. So Larry the Cat says so. Stephen has crab's den. Okay. Casper don't appear in my dreams, says David. Oh God, the friendly ghost. Yes, I get you there. Haven't been asked to vote on the debt ceiling yet, says Gingers, in regarding to that earlier. Okay. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Tom says more likely egg on their faces. Me trouble never, only on a Wednesday night, says Stu. Okay, that confirms everything there. Hello, Duke. Good evening. Hope you're well. Akispan says hello, Mr. President.
Right, it's just loading. It's taking a little bit of time to load. I think we might have overloaded at my PC with all this stuff that's going on. So
yeah, so
we might need to have a little rethink of this because our PC's running at like 100% CPU at the moment. So
yeah, let us know. While we'll just wait for that. Let guys know what you think of that news bar down at the bottom, guys. Because we are experimenting as well a little bit. So let us know what you guys think. Do you guys like that? You're not sure, or
you're not bothered?
We could always change, not bothered, or we could just turn it into Sky News colours, just so to try and replicate them as Lee Corn originally had it, because we can change the colours on it if you guys wanted to. So if you got any feedback, guys, you can leave it in the comments after the show because it's much easier for us to see that if you can.
Stu says he likes it. Kelly loves the news bar. Brilliant. Good. There you go.
Yes.
So we're getting some good feedback. We'll see. We'll see what everybody else thinks. Right. I think it might have loaded now. Oh yeah, it has loaded. Luckily,
okay. I'll just put my channel in the chat if you guys don't look at it now, but you can look at it after the show if you guys want to. Any news snippets. At the moment, I'm only doing short videos at the moment, but I might try and get a longer video out tomorrow because I am off. But we'll see. But do we have it ready, Lee?
We do. Yeah. You ready?
Yep. Let's go and see Colin from Portsmouth then.
Colin is in Portsmouth and he's sad. You're sad, Colin.
I am sad, Anthony. A great British industry is dying in front of our very eyes.
Steelworkers.
The Conservative Party, they're being wiped out faster than the polar bears. And does David bloody Attenborough give a stuff? Does he, heck? That just shows his character.
Well, yes, this is the news that the Tories might have as few as 3 MPs by the next election. Liz Truss did say she'd bring about radical change, Colin. She's doing that.
No one thought of the human impact of this tragedy. There are jobs at stake. Mortgages that these Tory MPs pretend to have.
Well, there's a rise in interest rates and they won't be able to use their expenses to cover them.
It's a travesty. And look at these people. How are they going to get jobs? They're not employable in any other walk of life. I'm surprised they don't want benefits to rise with inflation because they're going to need them.
Well, there'll be a huge wave of Labour MPs immigrating to Westminster, Colin. And I know your feelings about immigration.
To be sent to Rwanda before it's too late. I would love to be having a front page of the Telegraph with a plane of Labour MPs taking off to Rwanda. That's my dream, Anthony. That's my obsession. Anyway, mate, thanks for having me on.
Oh, what happened there? Just completely cut off. I'm addicted to
misery.
What happened there?
Oh no, you cut out at the end, guys. Oh, apologies. I don't know what happened there.
That's my obsession. Anyway, mate, thanks for having me on.
Oh yeah, just cut out. I can go and play. That's bizarre.
Oh.
He's addicted to misery as well.
I'm addicted to misery. There you go. Oh dear. Stu says I banned Colin from Portsmouth. How dare you do such a terrible thing?
I think that's an old one. That one I've seen that one before.
The bar is nice, but a bright colour might be better, says Joe. Okay, that's good to know. I don't know.
Just while we're on that, because this is the tweet that was immediately below that. So, UK polling poll latest seat prediction: Uxbridge and South Ruislip.
Ooh.
Boris Johnson second, down 15.4%, 37.2 Labour gain from Conservatives. So yeah, you can understand if he wanted to stay in the party or in the House of Commons. In the House of Commons, he would need to move seat probably. Be interesting to see what the voting prediction would be with him in Oxford or whatever his seat was that he was.
Yeah, it was in Oxford, but it's a strong Conservative hold, so it is a more safer one. But as well, if you guys have ever checked out Politics Joe YouTube channel, they've had people down there talking to constituents in Uxbridge. I mean, sadly, there are people in there who still believe in Boris Johnson for some reason. I don't understand the reason, but there are people there who do have their heads screwed on and see that he's not done anything for the people of Uxbridge as well. So, but yeah, that is fair. Oh my God, what did I just hear? Said Keir. Oh, you just heard Colin from Portsmouth is what you just heard. Yes, you came at the right time.
Hi, Alistair.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Hugh says, link on, England's council elections coming up soon, so expect Tories to fill your cash up and put your PC in loops to slow you down. I recommend Instant Biscuits Cookies Blocker. General election next year. Yeah, well, my internet has been up and down more than Boris Johnson's underpants. So recently, yeah, my internet went down again on Sunday. So I've been like,
that's Virgin Media, guys.
Praying to the Virgin Media gods.
Yeah,
praying to what's his name.
Yeah, that's not for you guys to go on Twitter and start at Virgin Media telling them to fix their internet. By the way, that's not an entitlement to do that. We wouldn't ask anyone to do such a terrible thing, allegedly. Shall we move on to? Are we going to the funny story first, or is it the other one?
We've got We'll do the other one first, and then we'll finish with the funny one, shall we?
Okay, yeah. This one is not the. I must admit, chat. I do apologise. I struggled to find a good news story this week, which is
This is good news for people in Finland.
It's good. It's good news just for everyone else, just for Finland and not anyone else in the world, guys. So if you're from Finland, this is a very happy day. If you're not from Finland, this is not a very happy day.
Over the moon.
Yes. From the Good News Hub, it is Finland named the happiest country in the world for the 6th year in a row. Yes, guys, it is official. We must move to Finland to be happy again.
The only way we can be happy again is to move to Finland.
It's the only way you guys can be happy. So not only is Finland one of the most beautiful countries in the world, it has been named the happiest country in the world for its 6th consecutive year, according to the World Happiness Report released by the United Nations. Sustainable Development Solution Network. Whether it's the vast wilderness of the country, which is compared of 70% forests, the thousands of lakes, or the Northern Lights, Finland has managed to produce the happiest people on Earth. While some say happiness is impossible to measure, this report says that you can and has done so using 6 factors: gross domestic product per capita, health, social support, freedom, generosity, and the country's level of corruption. The report noted that all these factors play strong roles in supporting life evaluations. Governments can make citizens happier by measuring their well-being. The report also highlights that governments can potentially measure happiness in a way to achieve better well-being and a higher happiness level for their residents. John Hittingwell is one of the authors of the report. He spoke to CNN in relation to Finland's ranking. Are they doing things that we wish that we'd seen before, and can we start doing, or is it something unique about their climate and history that makes them different? Unfortunately, at least from my perspective, the answer is the former. The top 10 happiness countries features mostly European countries, with all 5 Scandinavian countries in there. The top 10 lists are as followed: Finland, Denmark, Iceland, Israel, Netherlands, Sweden, Norway, Switzerland, Luxembourg, and New Zealand. The United States is ranked 15, while Canada is ranked 13. The United Kingdom is ranked 19th, and Australia is ranked 12th in the happiest rankings.
What about Rwanda? How's Rwanda in that?
probably right down at the bottom, if I'm not surprised. It's all so many Scandinavian countries. So you look at that, Israel as well. That's
Yeah.
I'm surprised at Israel as well, considering.
Stu says bloody Finland. Sorry, go on.
Was it bad? Did you just say bloody Finland?
Bloody Finland.
There is also a worldwide growth of benevolence levels in 2020 and 2021. Benevolence to others, especially of the helping of strangers, went up dramatically in 2021 and stayed high in 2022. The report has also documented positive social environments were far more prevalent than loneliness, and the gains from increase in positive social connections exceeded all well-being costs of additional loneliness. Even during COVID-19, social relationships increased significantly after the pandemic, and positive social connections and support in 2022 were twice as prevalent as the loneliness in 7 key countries and spanning 6 global regions. Just some things I remember just looking at back in the past for things for Finland. They do have one of the best education systems on the planet as well. That's also very important to point out. One of the things they have in their education system, which is very good, they don't have homework. So kids don't have homework, and they're basically allowed to just be kids, basically. So work is not essential. It's not as opposed to forcing. They don't have SATs or GCSEs or exams, something like that. It's more about them allowing them to be more kids and let them kind of, when they gravitate towards a certain career or aspect, the teachers push them towards that aspect and career. Thus, the child who wants to become something then ends up if they put their effort and their mind into it, can end up becoming that career in a way. So that's something that they do as well.
Hugh says, go on, sorry. Yeah, Hugh says, and they live half a foot from Russia. I think I'll stick in Wales. Yeah, but they're in NATO now, so you know.
They're in NATO, and they've always had. I think they always. Correct me if I'm wrongly, but I think everybody in Finland does some kind of. I don't think everyone, but the vast majority of Finnish men go through some kind of training.
Yeah.
Yeah, go through some kind of training of some sort. So they've been preparing for decades if Russia ever invade. They have lots of contingency plans if Russia were to ever do it. You know, they are far more prepared for an attack from Russia than Ukraine was, with all due respect to Ukraine, guys. That is certain.
Kelly says, I have a mate in Finland. They all do seem happy, even in the deep snow. Saunas are the reason, is my theory. Stu says, I hope they're not like the Finnish. I know. Oh, that explains the bloody Finland comment. Excuse me. Alistair says, I am migrating. I wish to Finland. Stu says, you can visit Verti in the Canary Islands. They don't have Colin from Portsmouth, though. That's true.
Colin's not a very happy person, though, so I don't think Finland would be a suitable place.
Yeah. We need to go to Southampton, says Stu. Reports suggest apartheid makes people happy then. I'll tell you, talking about Israel. Well, maybe probably the Israeli people, rather than Palestinian people, are probably the ones they interviewed on that. Stu says, ban homework, save trees. Yeah.
That's a good. I like that slogan.
Yeah.
That's a great slogan. Bad homework, save trees.
Not quite what my colleagues tell me, says Tom. I think he's talking about his work. He works with Finnish colleagues, so yeah. Alistair says army conscription or civil conscription. Right, yeah.
Okay.
Who is this colleague from Portsmouth?
I think the best way is, unless you actually go to Finland and be there and meet the people. I guess it's kind of hard to judge. I mean, you're judging on, from, your own experiences from what people tell you as well. So, but this is only one. I mean, this is they've always been one of the happiest countries for 6 years in a row. So, unless you actually go there and see it for yourselves, guys, it's hard to judge, to be fair, isn't it? On that.
Kelly says, who is this Colin from Portsmouth? I'm new to the channel. He was a guy who was on the radio, the guy phoning into the radio station before, the clip we had before. It's a comedy sketch thing. He's very, very funny. He's always angry. And he always says love to the family at the end.
Yeah, he has a Twitter handle called Exploding Heads.
The Exploding Heads, yeah.
But he doesn't have a YouTube channel, which is really sad, because I think if they had a YouTube channel, everyone would subscribe to it because of how hilarious they are. Yeah, at Exploding Heads. What I'll do.
They've got, they don't go on YouTube, which is bizarre. There must be a reason for that, but they do it on Twitter. I don't know if they go on TikTok or whatever. I'm not sure, but Twitter seems to be the place we always seem to find them. So
yeah, but we also have them plugged on our Discord server as well, which we'll plug at the end. But we got
close that. Oh damn! I just closed it. No, I haven't closed it.
But we got one more story for you guys before we wrap things up, because we've just got over the hour mark.
Yep.
I hope you haven't accidentally closed it.
No, I thought I closed something else now, but no, that's okay.
But we won't tell you where the article's from. But we'll just it's more just the pictures more than anything, guys. This is the perfect way to celebrate Easter. Fear the rabbit. Hilarious pictures show children terrifying reactions to meeting the Easter bunny.
I'm like, the one in the middle there, the on the left looks absolutely petrified.
Oh dear. This is these parents should be ashamed of themselves for putting their children in this. The Easter bunny will soon be hopping from house to house, delivering chocolate eggs to children around the world. Obviously, the article's a bit old, but we just wanted to share these photos. This poor child. Look at this poor child, guys. This is cruelty, is what this is. It's got under get off. This scared little girl did her best to wiggle free from the Easter bunny's tight grip. Oh dear. Double trouble. Neither of these boys were too impressed, although one broke into tears. Oh dear.
The one on the left literally looks petrified.
This is absolutely terrible. I sympathise greatly with these kids. When you, there's another one. If you scroll, there's a couple more guys.
Yeah.
Help! All dressed up for an Easter picture. This little boy can't help but cry for the camera. Oh, it's just. And the next one.
Hang on.
Oh no, you missed the best one.
Wait. Oh, he's come back. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Screen. Oh my
god. Oh dear.
Oh, he's reached out for his mummy.
This toddler is captured mid-screen as he reaches for help from his parents. And I have no idea why.
Oh, that one's scary though. I think now
this is just disgraceful. I cannot believe someone decided to dress like that. He's not even smiling in that picture. That is Halloween thing. No wonder that girl is scared. It's just absolute shocking. And then there's another one here. Get me out of here. Reaching out for his parents. This little one did his best to break free.
Mind you, this one looks sinister. That one looks sinister.
This one. So this is that one's obviously from a Halloween horror film. Obviously, he's a bit old. The child's a bit older, but still, you can tell he's a bit nervous.
Yeah, you wouldn't be want to be in the same room as that.
But the next one got a lollipop from the Easter Bunny, but still not impressed. Not even a lollipop from the Easter Bunny could make this little boy stop crying. Another one here, fluffy but frightening. Despite its bright smile and floppy ears, this bunny was still scary. I mean, you look at those eyes; it does look a little bit terrifying when you look at it. To be fair, because you can't see the eyelids. Another one here. This little boy really let loose as he started to scream on the Easter Bunny's lap. Oh dear. This one's not as bad. It's more of a.
Did you look at the state of it?
It's just like, who is that? This little girl looks totally confused as she turns around to see the Easter Bunny. Oh my God, what's happened? It's grown a beard. It's becoming Santa Bunny. And oh my God, the next one.
Oh dear.
Oh my God, what is that? This DIY costume leaves much to be desired, and the child is not impressed either. Oh dear. That is the last one, guys. We hope we never ever show you these pictures again as Lee Ford scrolls back up to the top. No, we will not.
Creepy bunny.
They aren't. Kelly says they aren't finished children. Clearly.
Decode Schmidt says lots of therapy in their future. I see.
Oh dear.
Reese Mogg Bunny, not quite the Vicar of Dibley Easter bunnies.
Reese Mogg Bunny, very good, Larry.
Yeah, future therapy will be required. Ken just says I still hate clowns as an adult, and those bunnies don't look much better. No.
Easter Bunny attacks. This is truly awful. Those poor kids. Yeah, I know. Future therapy will be required, says Hugh. I hate clowns as an adult, so those bunnies look much better. You said that about Kendra.
Yeah.
Where do Easter bunnies come from? Eggs says, "Oh, we're not having that debate. We are not having that debate." Number 3.
Zhao says, "I prefer Catholic Easter with guilt and Jesus movies." Okay. Easter Bunny attacks.
Would they run against the Dolphins? Says All Shorts. Ooh. Oh dear. Duke Vengeance brackets loads airsoft rifle. Not in my house, they don't. That's a bit extreme, Duke. Come on, that's a bit extreme. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, right. So, guys, thank you guys so much for watching the show. We greatly appreciate it. Just gonna do some plugs, and don't run away yet, guys. Don't run away. We do have one more funny video for you guys. It's one of our favorite comedians. You guys know who he is, but don't run just yet. But if you can, before you guys go, smash that like button on your way out. We would greatly appreciate it. If you guys also can, share our channel, share this video across other social media platforms. It will be greatly appreciated. We always want to get it out there for other people as well. And if you can, hit the bell notification icon on the subscribe button so you'll be notified of where we go live. At the moment, we are still doing every Wednesday at 9 p.m. UK time. And also, before I plug my own channel, we have a Discord community which you guys can join, and it's completely free. And you can even have it on your phone, because there's an app for the Discord as well, which is very good. It's a free community hub, for everyone. Is free and available to join. We do games nights, movie nights. We also do a music event we host once a month as well. And we also have lots of news articles and stories that we put on there for other people to look at as well. So there's always lots going on there, and we also highlight events from other YouTubers whenever they go live as well. So we always want to try and promote other YouTubers, such as Daily Blase, who was here earlier, All Shorts as well, as another one, just as an example, just to plug as well. Also, just one other, I started my own YouTube channel. If you guys wouldn't mind just having a look in your own time, there it is there. I'll put it in the link for you guys. At the moment, it's just to have lots of YouTube short videos. I try to plug at least 2, maybe 3 a day. It's not just British news. I do some stuff in America, some world news as well as some war in Ukraine, whenever I get the chance to do that. So if you guys want to check that out, I would be greatly appreciated as well. Did I miss anything, Mr. Corn?
I think Lefty Voter says I'd stalk the haunted pencil in a bunny outfit. Yeah, he wakes up in a nightmare, a cold sweat, like a bunny chasing him. Yeah, everybody just saying good night. Kelly says, what did I say? Great show, guys. Thanks for the lovely welcome. Oh, you're welcome, Kelly. I hope you come back again next week and the future, because we enjoyed you having any comments and joining in with everybody as well.
Really appreciate it. Yeah. Great. Also, we always love having new people in, just coming for the experience, all that. It's greatly appreciated.
Have you got a link for the Discord?
I am doing that as we speak.
Right, okay, cool. So you mentioned that we do the after show chat. Have we done all that?
Yeah, we do have an after show. I did forget that. Thanks for reminding me. So guys, I will put a link to the after chat once we have finished wrapping things up here, so you guys come and hang out with us in the after chat, which you're all more than welcome to join us, where we'll just talk about anything we want, pretty much. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed today's show, and we're gonna outro with our favorite comedian, the great Matt Green, aren't it, Lee Corn?
Yep. Right, see you in the after show chat. If not, we'll see you next week. Have a good week, and we'll leave you with this then.
Take care, everyone.
The largest NHS strike in years continues this week. So, Mr. Junior Doctor, it's just Doctor. Mr. Junior Doctor, do you enjoy watching people die? What? Well, by striking, you're probably killing people. Do you get off on that? No, of course not. We're actually doing this to save the NHS. Suppose somebody dies this week because of a missed appointment. You're basically smashing their head in with a hammer, aren't you? I don't think that's fair. But you think a 35% pay rise is fair? Well, it's not really a pay rise. It's more restoring the pay to levels it should have been. But I thought being a doctor was a vocation. Well, it is. In fact, it's a vocation and a privilege. And yet you want to be paid for your privilege. Isn't that a bit gauche? Look, if the government doesn't start paying junior doctors properly, they'll all keep leaving for places they can get a better quality of life, like Australia. a better quality of life. Have you seen the spiders in Australia? At least I'd be able to get an appointment with somebody who could treat me for the bites. We hear this week that one of the leaders of the strike action is actually on annual leave this week to attend a friend's wedding. Are you saying that doctors shouldn't be allowed time off? If you really believed in saving lives, you'd never go to sleep, let alone on holiday. When do you think these strikes will end? You need to talk to the government about that. Well, we did ask to speak to a minister about this, but no one was available. Typical. So instead, we sent our prettiest undercover reporter to pretend to be from a pharmaceuticals company and speak to them on the promise that they'd get £10,000 for an hour of their time. You're not recording this, are you? I have been caught out before. Kind of make it clear, I would never break the rules. Just have to check what the rules are first. Is this against the rules? No? I'll take your word for it. You're sure you're not recording this? Yeah, some companies are cute with hospitality. They keep everything under £300. So, like, you could take me out to a restaurant, but as long as it doesn't cost more than £300, I don't have to declare it. What, my dinner of choice? I'd probably say a McDonald's meal deal and £290 in cash. Junior doctors, they're like junior ministers. Nobody cares until someone dies. Now, I don't think we're exploiting their good nature. No, they're just not motivated by money in the same way. Unlike, bankers or Tory MPs who absolutely have to be paid a lot of money because we know what we're doing is morally wrong. Yeah, I'd be happy to ask a question in the House for you. Just don't fill it with jargon. I'm only the health minister. I'm not actually medically qualified. Thank God. All of that debt and training, some mugs game. More on that story later when the minister discusses the current cabinet with some surprising results. Kill, snog, snog, marry, then kill. Already snogged, so kill.
Oh, brilliant. Right, night, guys.
Oh, good night, guys.
At around 5 a.m. every morning.